What up, my good people in the YouTube world and beyond? It's your boy Outlier B. We right back, combat you cats, with another video. Welcome to the show, my people. And it feel real good out here. Nice, quiet, still. You got the open ear. Feels good knowing that you are possibly the only person on the streets right now. Feels like you own the world. Nobody out here but you. You, your thoughts, your words sometimes, in the chat. Just how I like it, my people. But y'all know about me. Y'all know how I start my shows. We got to keep the integrity of the show going on. We were speaking about some deep topics earlier this week with the John Benet Ramsey case. I still have so much more information to look over when it comes to that case. And I can't call it left or right, my people. So, since it's Friday and it's fun day, we're going to be a little light today. And we're going to speak about John Benet Ramsey when we come back next week. Now, if you're coming in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and listen to some of the things I speak about. If you are interested, drop a comment. Let me know where you're calling in or texting in from. Also, let me know what the weather like and how you're feeling out there, my people. How you're feeling. And again, we're going to be putting some of this stuff up on Spotify. So you guys could go over there, check out In the Loop Radio. It is a podcast. We are about 3 seasons deep. It's been some good stuff. But I'm going to chop some of the things I say up and put them all together. Put it with some music, since you guys know I speak a lot about music. And you get that subscription. And guess what, my people? You get to experience the full Outlier experience, my people. The full Outlier experience. The way the creator of the podcast wanted you to experience, So we're going to keep the integrity up. We speak about that 10%. The first one is health. I am still on that grind of going to bed early, waking up earlier, and going on about my day. Wash, rinse, repeat. Then we speak about the job. And I told you cats that I'm not going to get too much detail about the job, just based off of the nature of what I do. But I can tell you guys this, man. They back on their BS, man. They back on their BS. And again, I want peace. I want to chill. But these cats want war. They want gotcha moments. And I'm not going to play their game. In the past, I did play people's games. I would spend a lot of time trying to refute these guys. And now I take myself up out of it, man, and just let the information speak and let them argue with the data, man. Let them argue with the data. You ain't arguing with me. So now, this gets to the main topic in which we are going to speak about. These are my police encounters that I've had. And I'm going to tell you guys what inspired me to do this video. Yesterday, we were speaking about Redman. When I went back and looked at the show, what I realized is, it cut off as soon as I get close to the Freeport Police station. Now, I've been noticing this for a couple of weeks now. But one day it did go through, so I was like, all right, maybe it's cool. But guess what, my people? It wasn't. It was not cool. Somebody on the check-in, we got 7 people on the check-in, was good. Somebody said, where is my boy Freddie Cortine? What up? Where is? I'm in Freeport, New York. Freeport, Long Island. It is 4:37. Where I'm at? Where you coming from? What time is it? Where you are? We got somebody else on the check-in. They said hi with a hand clap. What's up? Man, I really can't read, man. Let me put my glasses on straight. Who's this? And I'm nearsighted, man. Hold on. We got somebody on the check-in. They say hi, what's going on? Then my boy came in. He said, oh, cool, bro. Ain't nothing. Thanks for checking in, man. Thanks for checking in. So, yeah, these cats wanted war. we were speaking about this Freeport Police Station. Somebody is from Argentina, Buenos Aires. What up, what up, what up? What's it like out there, man? It got to be what, like 70, 80 degrees out there? Some of the videos that I've seen, you guys have some pretty, pretty, pretty women, man. That is definitely a place where I need to go, man. I want to go to Argentina. Definitely want to go to Argentina, man. Yeah. So let's get back to these police encounters, and I'm gonna tell you guys what inspired this, right? So, you guys ever watch those auditors, police auditors? Y'all know who I'm talking about? They got a few people out here in New York who do it. So one of the people who do it, his name is Eli. I believe he's from like Yonkers, that area, close to the Bronx, in that area. And I really like Eli. Eli's a funny, funny, funny dude, man. He walks around putting his camera in people's face, enticing them to say things to him. People be like, yo, I don't want to be on camera. And he'll keep the camera in their face in like an awkward manner. And it's just awkward, funny videos, man. And I think that Eli overall is a good guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. He's funny. First video that I saw of him, he was really going in on police officers. And I'm like, man, this kid got a death wish. But I guess he knows what he's doing. And he never gets beat up by the cops. They do infringe upon his rights at times. But it's interesting. We got somebody else on the check and he said, what a lot, my Negro. What about? I don't know. I guess you're talking to my boy from Buenos Aires. But yeah, we got 14 people on the check, and hit that like button, my people, hit that like button. So yeah, we got another guy. I just told y'all about Eli, who's from upstate. And he comes over here to Long Island. I've seen a couple of Long Island videos in which he did. I mostly see him out there in Manhattan. He's usually doing his videos in Manhattan. If that's the type of stuff y'all like, go check him out, man. Eli, he's hilarious. Next, we have a guy that lives out here. I don't know if he lives out here, but he often goes in on the Freeport Police Department. The Freeport Police Department, man. He usually goes in on the department. Now, y'all know me, I gotta be real when it comes to these videos. And real is telling you the whole truth. And I got to tell you guys the truth about my interactions with the Freeport Police. I did want to extend it to my overall reactions with police in general, but we're going to go through Freeport since this video is about a guy named the Freeport Auditor. So he goes into the Freeport Police Department where I'm most likely going to pass, and he goes in there recording inside of the building. So the people who work there, other police officers, you have clerks, people like that, they tell him that he can't record there. He asks for like forms and things like that, and the people give him a hard time. And I go to the comment sections, and I hear all these people speak bad about the Freeport Police. And I hear these guys from all over the world, basically, speaking about the Freeport Police Department. And all I can tell you cats is about my experiences with the Freeport Police. Now, again, I'm a kid who doesn't really have a record. I'm 5'9", 52, 53 pounds. So I'm not a physical specimen. I'm sure I don't scare these guys. I'm older now. I'm 45 years old, be 46 in May. So I'm not as physical as I once was, my people, you know? And I've been living in Freeport for like 15 years now. So I've come in contact with them a lot, my people. Come into contact with these guys a lot. Now, I've sporadically told you guys different stories and isolated events. But we're going to put them all together in this video. And we're going to speak about my interactions with the Freeport Police Department. Now, my first interaction was close to 15 years ago, right? 15 years ago when I first moved to Freeport. And I didn't really know the area. And I woke up one morning, went to the other side of town, which is a couple blocks over. And again, Freeport is definitely broken down. My area of Freeport is like this. You know, you could keep going down to the water by like Freeport docks. And a lot of people go out there to chill. And it's also nice, a very nice area. But then, you know, there's another different side of Freeport where something is more likely to happen. Like you're not as safe over there, you know. I'm not going to paint Freeport to be the worst place in the world. But I went over there to a store in the morning to get a little sandwich, bacon, egg, and cheese. Y'all know how we do in New York. And it was a cop, basically, who walked up to me. Undercover police officer, man. You should have seen his style, yo. Looked straight up like a police officer. White dude. Came up to me. He was like, hey, man, you know where to get drugs? You know where to buy drugs? You got any drugs? And I'm looking on him. I'm like, nah, man, get out of here. You know? But that was my first interaction in Freeport with the police. They were undercover. They was trying to buy drugs from me like I'm a drug dealer. But I'm not. But I peeped their style. That was the first thing. Then, a few more years, I was a heavy, heavy, heavy weed head, my people. Heavy, heavy, heavy weed head. Smoking every single day, yo. Every single day. Just a wild, wild, wild individual. But I tell you, well, I ain't gonna speak about what I did like about it. But listen, I don't do that like I used to. So another day, I'm sitting in front of my mother's house, you feel me? And I was doing my thing outside in the vehicle. And I had it on me, man. Definitely had it on me. And this is prior to it being legal out here in New York. So this is prior to the drug changes. Now, peeping my people, I'm out there getting lifted, listening to my music like I do. And I didn't smoke in front of my mama's house. So I used to pull up down the block. Somebody called the cops on me, yo. Somebody had called the cops on me. Now, it was about 5 or 6 police officers that came out there with me, man. They were searching my car, looking for the weed. And I had like this ill little spot in the car where it was like a little stash box, but it wasn't really a stash box. My radio was protruding just a little bit out the socket. And I used to have like, it was kind of like a little area in between there. Because this is back in the day. And I used to take all the weed that I had and just throw it up in that spot and then close it. So if you didn't know that thing was in there, you couldn't find it, man. You couldn't find it. And it's crazy because I'm looking in the car and they searching my car. And one cop put his hands on it, on the box. I know he felt it. And he didn't even pull it out, y'all. Did not pull it out. And came back because they had me behind the vehicle, in the rear of the vehicle, outside of it, with my hands on the hood, like that. And they let me go. Ain't really mess with me. Did not really mess with me. Let me go. And that was cool. Next situation I had with the cops is this. I used to live with my cousin, right? My cousin, and he is special needs. And sometimes he can get very, very, very excited. And when I say excited is he can get violent at times, and he's not like me. Like I told you, I'm 5'9", 152, 153 pounds. This cat is 6'3", 6'4", 1'8", like 2 and some change. Y'all remember that cat, Brandon Depper, out there in Florida, what he did to his student aide? He's like that kind of size, but not chubby like Brandon Depper was. He's a little bit slimmer. But he's strong as ox, man. And I've known him since a baby. Strong as a damn ox. And we used to go down in the basement. And he likes like wrestling. He likes MMA. He's also into boxing. So I used to take him downstairs in the basement, give him a little bit of boxing gloves. And we'll go over there. I teach him how to slap box. I teach him how to throw punches. And I remember when he was younger, them punches was like kid punches. But then as he started getting 6 feet like now, and he's throwing his punches hard, I'm like, damn, son, if he laying on somebody, it's a rizzy for that person, for real, if you're not paying attention. But he's so uncoordinated that you could get him. But he's just a strong kid, man. Strong as a damn ox, right? Now, peep this. I'm speeding up because I got to make this train. So, peep this. Like I said, sometimes he'll have violent outbursts. And a lot of times, people in the house can't control him. Now, I wasn't in the house at this time, but at my mother's house, they're older, you know. My mother's a small woman. She's about 5'4", 130. I got an aunt who's also an older woman. She's also a small lady. I don't even think she's 5 feet. She might just be 5 feet, y'all. Just be 5 feet and slim. And then my mother's husband, you know, he is an older man, son. He's in his 70s, kid, close to 70. Yeah, he's 70, like 73, 74. He can't control this big old kid. So when my little cousin used to wild out and just break stuff, throw pots, throw pans. He'll take like a whole dresser, overturn the dresser. He sometimes would hit my aunt. So they would have to call the police. And this is a big deal. A big deal where police are not trained to deal with people with special needs. They're just not trained for it. But I tell you what, the way the Freeport Police handled my cousin in these situations, they never abused them. They never did anything. There were times where they did have to call them in and bring them into the precinct. Those were definitely those times, and they would have to speak to a psychiatrist that would have to come. But they never, ever, ever really tried to hurt him. And there's been times where he's just very, very, very violent, like overturning everything in the house, punching people. And they would come, and like I said, they would apprehend him, like tie him down, put him in the handcuffs, put him in the car, and take him in. They never once used excessive force with him. And for that, I definitely give the Freeport Police, applaud for that, because that's a situation where they could. And then my last interaction with the police out here in Freeport was a funny one. And this was me getting drunk one night, man. I got drunk, went to the bar. Basically, it was a club. Had a fight with the bouncers. They beat me up, knocked me out, put me in a cab. I got in the cab, went to the wrong house, and was banging on the wrong door. And I thought it was my house, but it wasn't. It was somebody else's house. And they're trying to tell me, they're like, yo, you don't live here, man. You don't live here. And my crazy, drunk ass was like, nah, I do. Let me in. And they called the cops on me. Now, this is a situation where I'm pissy drunk. I see the cops coming, and I'm drunk. I try to run away from these damn cops. But I'm so uncoordinated and drunk that I'm falling. I'm slipping every damn where. The cops run up on me. They grab me up. I guess they looked at my ID, saw where I live, and guess what, y'all? They didn't do anything crazy to me. They dropped me off at home, yo. Dropped me off at home with no charges. The only thing that I had to do was pay for the lady's glass. At the door, they got the glass protector, the screen door. I broke the screen door on my damn head. That's all I had to pay. No charges was filed, nothing. It was just straight up cool, no issues whatsoever, man. And that was cool, definitely cool. So the reason for these stories is this, man. We gotta have a balance. And you could be cool and straight on the internet to look at these funny compliance videos and then make your little comments about a police department where you never even been there. And again, this is not me defending the police officers. You guys can go to my history. I got a video speaking about police misconduct in a lot of these big cities. Like I did one in Michigan. I think I looked at the Detroit Police Department. I also spoke about some of these corrupt police officers out there in Brooklyn. I do have a story where I was, stopped by the police out there in East New York when I was a little bit younger. I'll tell y'all about that one another day. I do have a bunch of interactions with Amityville Police, Hempstead Police Departments, and it definitely didn't go down the way that things went down in Freeport. So I give Freeport Police, just me, just my experiences, again, a college kid, a person who doesn't have a history of violence, any type of history of being arrested by the police department. Freeport, for me, they do a great job, man. And those auditors, I get that you guys are making content like that, but at the same time, you got some good police officers out here in Freeport, you know what I mean? And for, a bunch of people to just be making generalized comments that are kind of ignorant, I see what you're doing. Like I said, good content, entertaining, funny, but at the same time, you may be doing a disservice to our people who put their life on the line for us, man. That's all I got. Thank everybody for listening. Thank everybody from watching. And we up out here. We got somebody on the check-in said, have you heard about the hut files? Nah, I ain't hear about those files, man. You're gonna have to break it down. Break it down, brother. Break it down. We got a few minutes. Let me know what it's about. I'll definitely do some research on it. The hut files, Hutt. He said, yeah, Oh, and one last thing, man. I do want to extend the show to speak about the fragrances in which I wear. This week, it was MFK Aqua Univalis. I've been wearing it all week. It's a very good fragrance. It's cold out here. I wouldn't suggest wearing it in the cold like I'm wearing it, but it's a freshie, son. Real fresh, unisex fragrance. It smells very fresh, like I said, like citrusy. You smell like oranges, lemons, things like that. If that's the type of thing you like, it's pretty. It's not, it's not really that strong. So it's not going to be projecting off of you. But if people get up close to you, you walk by them close enough, they're going to smell you. And they're going to be like, yo, that's a nice smell, man. Where's the source of this smell? Where's the source of this smell? That's what they're gonna be asking you. And again, it's a nice fragrance. It sticks to you all day. I do about 4 to 5 sprays a day, and it was still up on me. I took my shirt off, and I smelled it. But we over here by 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? I'm about to go make my coffee. Thank everybody for checking in, man. Love y'all. Peace out, son. Somebody said the main person was Jabba the Hutt, a known coordinator. You're a funny dude. I'm out of here, man. Thank you guys for checking in. Peace out, yo. Yeah. You're a funny dude, man. I'm going to check it out, though. All right. Peace out, yo. We up out.